Hello, I'm ABX Toycat, and welcome back to Seed Sunday. Seed Sunday is a weekly series I run on my channel where I show you seeds, Minecraft Console Edition, that are particularly interesting and worth checking out in some way. And this week I have a very specific seed that a lot of you have been asking me for, because a lot of you have wanted to see a Mega Taiga seed, because Mega Taiga is a very rare biome, and it's not only rare, but on the console it usually comes in very small quantities. So imagine this whole thing in front of me, imagine that was the entire Mega Taiga you got for an entire map. A lot of people have been bummed out by the size of Mega Taigas, so to kind of make up for that and to kind of make things better as far as Mega Taiga goes, I have a Mega Taiga biome share view today that literally covers a massive island on the map that is very, very enjoyable to look through and go through, and I think that's something you will like if you like your rare biomes. So that's what I'm going to be showing you in today's video. I'd very much appreciate a like on the video if you do like it, because it helps out the channel a lot and lets me know you do like it and like this particular seed. But let's get straight into the video, shall we? So let's start by talking about what the seed is. That's the first key part of any seed video, and the seed is Toycat 416. So that's on screen right now. Make sure you check the description, because I will leave any notes about the seed that I find after the fact in there, and also that's where you'll find stuff like the Minecraft Seed Sunday playlist. Yeah, make sure you check that out. Make sure that the seed is still working. But yeah, that seed will spawn you just about here, which I've marked with glowstone. And you know, when I first looked at the seed, I was like, okay, so we've got some Taiga biome, then we've gone ocean. That's fairly interesting. But then I looked behind myself, and I was very, very pleased with what I found, because it was Mega Taiga that seemed like it never ended. And I was like, oh, this seems to go on for quite some time. And yeah, basically the only reason this Mega Taiga does end is because it reaches the end of the island. But basically, something like 85% of the island is just covered with Mega Taiga. And the reason Mega Taiga is so cool, you might be like, so it's just spruce trees? I kind of had those before, Toycat. It's really cool because not only are there spruce trees, but there are 2x2 spruce trees, which are a really cool sight to see, and, you know, kind of nice in my opinion. There are also Mega Boulders, or Mega Taiga Boulders, whatever you want to call them. These things made out of mossy stone, which are a pretty cool way to just find it in the wild. And there's also Podzol and Coarse Dirt, 2 blocks which can only be found in this biome and by silk touching them up. So because this biome is so large and it covers so much of this thing over here, so you know, if you just keep going on and on, the biome keeps going on and on with you. Yeah, basically there's a lot of this Podzol, there's a lot of this Coarse Dirt, and there's also a lot of moss stone which can be found in the wild. Obviously you've got these big ferns and the small ferns too that make it pretty cool, and just in general this biome is really cool to explore, because on the console edition we don't get much of a, you know, opportunity to explore big biomes like this. And when you find, you know, when you have big enough biome like this, you see stuff like this where the river flows through, makes this cool little circle around here and does its whole thing. I just think this place looks so natural and cool, and I really want to set up a house here. So if you want some ideas as to what to do with it, because, you know, it's nice to run around the biome for a bit, but what can you actually do here? I think you could, one, go for like the jungle approach, where you're like, I'm going to build on top of the trees, because if you look up here you get a really nice view of the entire place, and it's also on top of a tree, so you can make it like a tree house or something. But I also think just, you know, making a house inside this kind of, I don't know, I want to call it a creek, but I don't know if that's the correct term, but like, you know, this kind of area right here, you can make a house here and just look at the view in front of you. It's just so amazing, and yeah, that's something this seed offers. It offers some really unique you know, experiences for the console, and I think that's quite cool. So in case you're curious as to what's on the rest of the spawn island, because there are more islands, but the spawn island has a little bit of snow to the east here, in case you do want to have you know, like a ice farm, or you want to have a snow golem farm or whatever, you can do that over there. And also on the other side, way close to the spawn, really interestingly, the upper part of the island that's not Taiga biome is a just tiny bit of mesa biome chilling on the edge there. I don't know why, you know, it's so suspiciously close to the Mega Taiga, but it is. It's just chilling over here, so you get yourself some red sand, because that is another biome exclusive block. You can get some stained clay, and you can also just, you know, enjoy all the things that you get from over here. So maybe you want to set up a house here and just see it from a distance. I don't know, there's lots of possibilities. One really interesting thing about this mesa biome though is if we drink a night vision potion, you'll actually be able to see that a lot of it is underwater. So because of the fact that it's lots of different peaks at the very edge, presumably there was meant to be a big mesa biome there, and if you have a bigger, you know, Xbox One or PS4 world, you can do that. But yeah, a lot of the mesa biomes are just a few blocks off the ground like this, so you can see if you really need more, you know, stained clay, or you need more red sand and stuff, you can actually find it. You just have to look underwater. So important thing to bear in mind, you know, it might save you in some time, and also, you know, you could start your own island from these 2 blocks, which is the smallest, you know, little mesa biome ever. But yeah, that's entirely a possibility. So that's that right there. Spawn island, Mega Taiga, pretty nice and stuff. Also has some mesa, also has some snow biome, but that's not the only thing on this map. There are other islands, and I do quite like island seeds myself. I know some people aren't so fond of them, but if you don't like your island seeds, there isn't too much traveling between islands on this one. There really is just, you know, a little bit of a journey north here, like you can see just across to here to get to the first island, and then from here you can get to the main island up there further on. So yeah, this first island is a mixture of forest, mixture of desert, mixture of beach, sorry, and just in general, it's a nice kind of island. You want to come back here later, just quick spoiler alert, because there is actually the end portal down here, so make sure you skip ahead if you don't want to see the end portal, but it's actually just below this island. I actually have a little marker point just over here. If you go down here, you will actually end up right at the end portal, or just near the end portal, as well as having a chest here. Apparently they've made all the chests in the world randomly generate, but if in case it's not the case, then yeah, you can find stuff like iron ingots, you can find stuff like apples, You go further ahead over here, you'll see stuff like, I believe it's some diamonds. Yeah, diamonds and end pearl. You can get some really good stuff. I don't believe these chests have randomly generated, but everyone's getting different results. Depending on your platform, these stuff may vary, but I have some diamonds in my particular chest down here, so if you like your diamonds, that's great. And then obviously up ahead, you've got the end portal. And the weird thing about this to me is I've never seen an end portal in this particular configuration. Usually the end portal's just around a corner, or it's disconnected from the portal, or sorry, from the stronghold. But in this case, you've got the weird things right next to it, and then you've got 2 chests as well. It's just in a, I know the strongholds are randomly generated, but this is one of the slightly weirder ones I've seen. I haven't found a single bookshelf room in my little bit of searching I've done, and in case, you like your different strongholds, then this one is for you, it seems. So yeah, that's the stronghold, just down here. Not too much to talk about there, just I figure it's worth mentioning, because a lot of people do like to, go and kill the end dragon. That's kind of one of the big goals in Minecraft. So yeah, this second island that's just to the north of the Mega Taiga, also pretty cool, has some forest on it. Also it has some pumpkins, as you just saw over there, and the spawn island has some of those too. And then finally, there is the big island to the north. I really like this island too. I think, if you don't like your Mega Taiga, this probably might not be the seed for you. But if you want to use the seed anyway, it has something really cool over here, because there's this almost circular pond here. So obviously right now it's not completely circular. It's kind of ring shaped. So if you look at it, it's got a slight bulge to the north there. But you could make this very easily, and in a perfectly circular pond, and you can make some amazing, you make an amazing house on that kind of fits it, or you can do whatever you want here. I just think the idea of a massively circular pond this size is just perfect, because it's big enough that it actually counts as a deep ocean, in case you're curious, because it's got the thing here. So it's big enough that it actually can spawn them up. It's big enough that, it's a decent amount to swim across. And I think just the idea of this being here is pretty cool. If you, I think, maybe you have better ideas than me, but I just think either a floating house or the ability to have an underwater house, something like that. This just needs to be made in something. It just seems so perfect. But in case that's not your thing, this big island up here is mostly desert, but with a few patches of plains and a few patches of, of the savannah. So this is really cool, because it means there's pretty much no rain on the island, but because it has savannah and it has the plains biome, you can still get a lot of mobs. You can see 4 cows plus a 5th cow, 6. You can see lots of mobs here, which is pretty cool. And then also it's got a single one of these things right over here. They're really rare. They're a 1 in 1,000 chance to find. But you can mine them for sandstone, I guess. I feel like someone's going to be really surprised when they find their first one of these, but I just see so many at this point. It's like, yeah, they're rare, and that's kind of cool. And that's that right there. So let's just finish up by showing you what goes when you go even further this way, because you'll find you reach the edge of the desert biome, and then there's another forest here. So this seed overall is pretty cool. It has the Mega Taiga at spawn, which is probably the big attraction of the seed. It has a few other cool things in it, like the slightly different stronghold and like the massively, like the almost perfectly circular pond. I think those are really cool and worth checking out. But I think the big thing in the seed is going to have to be the Mega Taiga. If you want to experience what it's like to roam around one of these, I'd recommend checking out the seed. Again, you can check it out at the start of the video. And if you do want to do that, I think you get a lot of benefit from it. I think if you do decide to actually check out this seed, you'll have fun with all the new things that you wouldn't otherwise have. And also, if you ever wanted to have pod cell, this is the only seed where you can get thousands upon thousands of blocks of it, which, I don't really see that being a particular thing, but I think if you want that, that's great. And yeah, that's all I have to say for today's seed. It's pretty great. It's got some cool stuff going on with it. And if you want to check it out, I'd recommend doing so. So I'm trying to do some more unique seed Sundays, so let me know if there's any particular biome you want to see more of. I think I've done a big ice spikes biome. I've done the big mesa biome. I've done this one now. Is there a particular biome? And if you're really excited about it, want to see a big version of, because they are really hard to find, because on the console we get these smaller biomes, and yeah, it's kind of a unique thing like that. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, I hope you did all enjoy the video. Please do like it if you did like it, share if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here. I make videos like this one every single day on my channel, and if subscribed, you'll see them daily on your homepage. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you all had a lovely day, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!